Hello, veterans. It's George Christos for the Veterans Information Channel. The most disturbing thing I've seen in years is this press release from the VA on the 21st of this month, April 21st, 2023. And these are the heading is budget cut proposals would hurt veterans, okay? So this is Kevin McCarthy and the 118th Congress. They are proposing budget cuts 22% to the VA budget, okay? And this would threaten medical care for veterans. They want to cut out like 80,000 jobs just from the healthcare. So the wait times will be backlogged. Claims will be backlogged. Construction of healthcare facilities will be stopped. And they're going to reduce the staff at Arlington by 500, and less veterans will be admitted to Arlington Cemetery. Think about that. Okay? And they're going to cut housing. They're going to cut the food insecurity. So veterans who are, homeless, don't have food to eat, they're going to cut that. They're going to cut the SNAP. And mental health, they're going to cut mental health. Substance abuse. They're going to eliminate job training. You ever heard anything like that? They're always saying, well, we're for veterans. We support veterans. Well, the problem is we're only 1% of the population, and they don't care how we vote. They don't. So that's why if you're going to cut, you cut the veterans, because our voting bloc, when it comes to national elections, is 1%. Because we're 1% of the population. So this is on the VA website. You can Google budget cut proposals would hurt veterans. And this is the United States government and the VA.gov. I got this off of VA.gov today. It says, for immediate release, April 21st, 2023, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, budget cut proposal. I'm nervous because I can't believe this is an actual 22%. The VA needs more money. There's 50,000 unfilled jobs at the VA. And now they're going to cut even more. So trying to get an appointment with a primary care physician right now is very difficult. It is here in Florida, it's very difficult. And you're lucky if you get to see a nurse. But, right now, if you want to make an appointment, it's like 6 weeks out. With these cuts, it'll be 2 months. So you either go to the emergency room. None of this is right. So what's the solution? Okay. The Senate's not going to pass this, but just the outrageousness of that they would even propose this is a crime. So, 202-224-3121, 202-224-3121, that gets you the Capitol operator. And you can either talk to the operator and request a certain congressman or senator. In this case, Congress. You should know who your congressman is. If you don't, there's prompts in there where you put in what state or your zip code, and it takes you to your congressman. So no matter what party it is, Republican, Democrat, you need to tell them this is not right. The last place you want to cut is veterans benefits. This affects your family, your spouse, your children, all the different benefits that have been increased and enhanced in the past couple years. But under the 118th Congress, controlled by Kevin McCarthy, because he made deals with very, very radical, far out. And I'm not talking about Republican, Democrat. I'm just talking about people. People in the 118th Congress, you know, are nuts, and you know it. So please put 202-224-3121 on your phone. Put it on your speed dial. Please, please. You call every day. I call every day. I call every day, and I just very calmly tell them I'm really dissatisfied. Things like this shouldn't be happening. And then if you have a particular problem with whether a claim that you have at the VA or, an employee at the VA, anything like that, you've got a problem. If you're veterans family, children of veterans, and that you have a problem and you need something, you need food, you need housing, you need health care, call. Have your congressman get it for you. And they will. Yeah, they will. But you got to call. Not that many people call. So you can get things done. Just like recently, I called every day about the autos for veterans. And it sat in somebody's basket for 6 months. I got them to reopen it, and they voted on it and passed it, and the president signed it within a week. Because I called and called and called, and I stated the case. I told them, there's veterans out there that, especially with all the floods and hurricanes that we've had, they've lost their vehicles, and they don't have money to buy another one. And there's a benefit there that hardly anybody knows about because they don't want to talk about it. And it is assistance in buying a vehicle if you're handicapped in any way. You've got less strength in your arms, legs, anything like that at all. You need a car with automatic transmission, power steering, air conditioning. Basic needs is addressed, but you got to apply, and it takes time. But it's not going to get passed, okay? And you say, well, why should I call if it's not going to get passed? Well, you need to let them know how outrageous this is. Absolutely nuts. There's no other words for it. You need to tell your congressman, how in the world can they even put something like this on paper and vote on it in America for veterans? People who are not veterans don't realize what it's like to get on a plane and be dropped into a war zone, or get on a ship and be off the coast and, take incoming fire. And like Vietnam, a lot of ships were hit. People died. People say, oh, the Navy, No, the Navy did a lot of damage. And they received a lot of damage. And we lost a lot of sailors. Same thing with the Coast Guard. People don't know the Coast Guard. They took Coast Guard cutters, put them on transport ships, and took them to Vietnam. And they, instead of being white and red, they grayed them out. It's amazing. It's amazing what the Coast Guard did off the coast of Vietnam. So, anyhow, this is important. Just call. Tell them you're upset. You can't take a dime from veterans benefits. You got to do the opposite. You need to support and hire 50,000 50,000 unfilled jobs at the VA. I go to some of these VA facilities in Florida, and a bunch of empty offices. Yeah, that's a fact. There's equipment they got equipment that they can't use because it hasn't been calibrated. So 202-224-3121. It's a simple thing to do. You can leave a 1 minute you talk to one of their staff, let them know you're dissatisfied. That's it. You don't have to, and you got a need. Let them know your need and ask them to take care of it. Yeah, ask them to take care of it. You got a problem getting something from the VA healthcare system, you have your congressman staff contact the VA in your behalf. Even if you've filed a complaint with the patient advocate office and you get no action quickly, and I mean within days, you let your congressman, that's what they get paid for. They got a huge staff. They got nothing else to do. You call them, you give them something to do. They're waiting for your call. 202-224-3121. Do it for you, your family, all veterans. So pass it on. Get people to subscribe to the channel, and I'll try to keep you update, whether it's auto for vets or budget cuts. Thank you.